stand as Mr. Amon's 8th grade class leads the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The students and staff at Oak Hill High School want to take this time to thank all veterans for their service to our great country. Today and every day, we are grateful for our military personnel, past and present, and the families who support them. At this time, we would like to give a brief history of Veterans Day. The history of Veterans Day. World War I, known at the time as the Great War, officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919, in the Palace of Versailles outside the town of Versailles, France. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice, or temporary end of hostilities, between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. For that reason, November 11, 1918 is generally regarded as the end of the war to end all wars.
In November 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day, with the following words: "To us in America, the reflections of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride in the heroism of those who died in the country's service, with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing from which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations." In an act approved May 13, 1938, made November 11th in each year a legal holiday, a day to be dedicated to the cause of world peace and thereafter celebrated and known as Armistice Day. Armistice Day was primarily a day to set aside to honor veterans of World War I. But in 1954, after World War II had required the greatest mobilization of soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the nation's history, after American forces had fought aggression in Korea, the 83rd Congress, at the urging of veterans and service organizations, amended the Act of 1938 by striking out the word armistice and inserting in its place the word veterans. With the approval of this legislation on June 1st, 1954, November 11th became a day to honor American veterans of all wars.
Veterans Day continues to be observed on November 11th, regardless of what day of the week on which it falls. The restoration of the observance of Veterans Day to November 11th not only preserves the historical significance of the day, but helps focus attention on the important purposes of Veterans Day, a celebration to honor America's veterans for their patriotism, love of country, and willingness to serve and sacrifice for the common good. Therefore, in honor of all the men and women who serve and continue to serve this country, happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service and your sacrifice. God bless you, and God bless America.
Please stand as the Oak Hill Choir sings the national anthem.
it's Superintendent Dr. Marcy Shepard here. Veterans Day is a time to thank and honor the men and women who serve or are serving in the armed forces, and this is close to my heart. I grew up in a military town. I'm the daughter, the sister, and the wife of a veteran, and I want to talk about service. Service means putting others before yourself, and veterans chose to join the service. This is putting others first by sacrificing themselves for our freedom and our country. Our vision for our district is skills and character for success. And one character trait is gratitude. So students, I want to encourage you to thank veterans, and not only on Veterans Day, but if you're at the store checkout line behind someone using a veteran discount, or if you see someone wearing a VFW hat, say to them, thank you for your service. Show that Oak Hill character. To the Oak Hill students who are serving in the armed forces, and to all veterans who are putting others first by serving our country, thank you for your service.
Now the Marching Oaks will play our service song medley honoring each branch of the military.
Now, we'd like to introduce Mr. Chuck Miller, a member of our community, to speak on Veterans Day.
Good morning. I'd like to thank Mr. Wartz and Mr. Randy Layton for inviting me over today to speak about the veterans and on Veterans Day. A little background on myself. I went to school here, graduated from here in 1966, and a week after graduation I was in Parris Island, South Carolina going to Marine Corps boot camp. which is an awakening for a country boy, not been out, hardly out of the county. Didn't enjoy a whole lot of it, but would go back and do it again if I was that age. I really had a good experience and met a lot of people while I was in that point. I was in the Marine Corps for 3 years. I traveled in those 3 years. I was at 9 different bases. 13 of those I was in Vietnam. At that time I was stationed in a place called Chu Lai, which is about 40 or 50 miles south of Da Nang, up in the northern part of Vietnam, called I Corps. I Corps was one of the hottest areas in Vietnam. We've seen quite a bit of action. During that time, we had rocket attacks, and we had attacks on us at the base and the perimeters and things. Also, I spent 10 full years in the military. 3 of those years I was in the Marine Corps, and 7 of them I was in the High National Guard, stationed with a engineering company out of Chillicothe, Ohio. It's not like the National Guard is now, where they deploy. The only place we really we went to West Virginia a few times and to Michigan, and did different things for bases and little towns and things like that. We were an engineer company, so we had a lot of equipment. We did a lot of excavating and a lot of training at that time. I want to talk to you about the American flag. Any veteran is really proud of that. And, you know, this time of our lives, we're seeing maybe this flag desecrated, and we're seeing a lot of riots and things against the police and so on and so forth. And sometimes it bothers you, but then you think, well, we fought for this right for them to do that. Even though it hurts a lot of times, we still have that right to do it. And so by that, you know, we really understand what this flag means to us. At home, we want people to be proud of their service people. You have no idea what it means when they thank us for our service. That is something that just started in the last few years, and it really makes you feel good when someone comes up to you and thanks you for your service. So when you go home tonight, you may want to stop, if you've got people that's in your family that has been in the service, and talk to them. Have them tell you about what they did when they were in there, friends they made, and ask them some of the stories that happened to them while they were in there. We really enjoy that. When you sit down and listen to us, because that's one thing that we're really proud of what we've done. And you know, we like, a lot of times people don't say too much to you about it, but ask them, you know, and tell them how proud you are of them. And like I said, I was in Vietnam and I fought wars over there. At this time, you guys are all fighting a war, the coronavirus, and it's a enemy that you can't see, and it's made havoc out of all of our lives. And we want you just to think about what you've got and what you've been through, and down the road where this is all going to be gone. And you know, you're fighting a war just like we did. Thank you very much.